Hey, what's up, guys? rayBar checking in. Sorry I was out for the last about week and a half. I took a little bit of personal time, went back and saw some family, and then hung out at a friend's farm. So a lot has happened since I've been gone. If you notice here, jobs reported today, and it came in lower than expected with adding only 187,000 jobs in July. If you think about it, the Fed again increased 25 basis points back about a week and a half ago. So maybe we're starting to kind of see that quill in demand. Inflation seems to still be sticky, but overall, I think that, we're starting to see that slowdown. As we all know, jobs and inflation is a lagging indicator, right? So we are at the highest federal funds rate in about like 22 years now. So I think, we're going to start to see, their intended purpose start to play itself out here in the near future. So for this week in the portfolio, I'm up about $200. While I was out not filming videos with you guys, I sold a bunch of call credit spreads on the big tech names. Apple, Microsoft, Meta, etc. Right? So with those, typically what I've noticed is, they run into earnings, and then after they report, typically they do beat, but then you'll see kind of that sell-off where people, capture those short-term gains and then kind of use that excess money to kind of diversify and spread it amongst other sectors, and then typically buy back into their position when those stocks drop. So the spreads that I ended up doing was Microsoft. I think I did like a 260, 265 spread. Apple, I did a 200, 202.50. And then Meta, I think I did I think it was like a 330, 335.50. Made about like actually, let me check out my spreadsheet. I can tell you exactly how much I made. So I made $189 off of those spreads this week. Fitch ended up downgrading U.S. Treasuries to AA plus, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. But I mean, honestly, if you look at the way the government has been spending and kind of how they're acting, it's not really a surprise to me. The market took a dip after that, so I think that also helped with my call credit spreads. But we're seeing a bit of a rebound if you're noticing some of my positions here. I'm thinking about adding a lot of extra money to the portfolio and buying heavy into Visa. I think that Visa is going to be a great play into the future. I'm going to do a little bit of some analysis on that and just kind of see if I want to start adding. As you guys know, ORGN, Origin Materials, I'm still trying to build up to that 100 shares so I can start to do the wheel strategy as we've done here in the past. SoFi shot up after their earnings, but here we are basically reverted back to kind of where we have been floating. I have a call out at the 950 strike, so this will probably get called away from me as we only have a couple more hours left in the market. But that's fine. Again, I'll just turn around and sell a cash secured put on that and then kind of rinse and repeat. I'm not sure if you guys pay attention too much in the news, but if you saw Russia is starting to forgive a lot of the debt that they have with African countries, and I think this is a further push towards, the BRICS nations kind of coming together and creating their own currency. Again, further challenging the dollar, right? Dollar has come in my opinion, a lot weaker if you take a look at it. But I think there's a lot of things that are kind of unusual, right? Usually whenever your debt gets downgraded, we see precious metals kind of spike, but we haven't seen that. They've actually fallen. So there's a lot of things that are kind of abnormal in my opinion. I think that, them saying aliens are real is another kind of distraction for what else could be going on here. Who knows what the future will hold for us, but I would say just make sure that you have enough dry powder on the side to buy into some of the positions that you're wanting to if an advantageous price happens. Excuse me. I'm still, again, running the wheel strategy on SoFi. And the stocks that I'm buying right now, I'm still doing my daily buys. But what I really wanted to start doing is adding heavy into Aflac. This is one of my larger positions in my mainstay portfolio. You guys really need to take a look at this stock. Their compound annual growth rate on their dividend, I think, is something like 20% over the last 5 or 6 years. It's pretty crazy. They're an insurance play based out of Japan, But I mean, here they are, in a week after they reported earnings, they're about $72. They're up about 7% this week. So this has been one of kind of the hidden stars in my portfolio for the last decade, especially, during the pandemic, whenever they had reverted to like the high 20s, low 30s. I ended up backing the truck up, and it's been a wonderful investment since. Anyways, guys, hope you have a wonderful week, or hope you had a wonderful week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go heavy on some spreads next week as well, after we kind of hurdle some of all the earnings and be done with some of the volatility. Premiums have definitely come down, but again, slow and steady wins the race. Every week that we add income, we're slowly growing our portfolios, and in due time, we'll be able to break free of the system that is in place. If you guys are still here in this part of the video, go ahead and smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Today's secret word, if you are still here, is going to be Apple. Thank you guys. Love you guys. See ya on Monday.